it's on.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Hello, good afternoon. We'll begin this meeting January 8th, 2025 at 12:01 p.m. Got to do the call to order, which I just did. I'm sorry. And then the roll call. Would you be able to do that real quick, Rose?
All right. Someone has to mute their computer or their speaker. Okay. I think we're back on track.
I hope
All
that
right.
wasn't because
You're calling the meeting to order?
yes, January 8th, 2025, 12:02 p.m. now.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll help you with roll call.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Cuddy-Eye? Commissioner Curley?
Present.
Commissioner and Co-Chair Lance is here. Commissioner Francis?
Present.
Commissioner Hosky?
I'm here.
Commissioner Loma Omavaya?
Present.
Thank you. Commissioner Marks? Commissioner Marks, I see you.
I'm sorry, we're here. It's just a
Okay.
fire alarm that's at the school, so I got to leave the building.
Oh, no. Okay, Commissioner Marshall? I don't see her. Commissioner Zavala?
Here.
Thank you. Okay, back to you, Co-Chair.
All right, thank you very much. Next is going to be the land acknowledgement. Usually like to ask somebody to read that. Let's see, Mariah Zavala, would you be able to help us out with that?
Absolutely. Leo Samchanyavu, everybody. Happy New Year. The Flagstaff City Council humbly acknowledges the ancestral homelands of this area's indigenous nations and original stewards. These lands, still inhabited by native descendants, border mountains sacred to indigenous peoples. We honor them, their legacies, their traditions, and their continued contributions. We celebrate their past, present, and future generations who will forever know this place as home.
Great, thank you for that. Next is going to be public comment. At this time, any member of the public may address the commission or any subject within their jurisdiction that is not scheduled before the commission on that day. Due to open meeting laws, the commission cannot discuss or act on items presented during this portion of the agenda. To address the commission on an item that is on the agenda, please wait for the chair to call for public comment at this time. At the time is heard. Yes, is there anybody in the public who'd like to comment?
I don't see anybody from the public.
Okay, great. All right, we'll move on to approval of minutes. So the approval of minutes will be for December 11th, 2024. Hopefully everybody's taking a look at that. We need a motion, a couple people to motion to approve minutes as is
Motion.
or approve with amendments.
Sorry, Darren, I was a little quick on the draw. First motion.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Zavala is one. Do we have another?
Darren, this is
Yes,
Cheryl.
ma'am.
I'd like to abstain since I was not a part of this session. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we just need one more.
We need a second.
I'll second.
Great. Commissioner Loma,
And then we need a
Ryan?
vote.
Yes. We all vote on that?
Yes, vote
Yes.
on the approval.
Okay, thank you.
Opposition to the approval of the minutes. There's,
I
it
guess
sounds
not.
like there's none, right?
Mhm. Yes. All
Okay.
right, so we'll move on to the next item, general business, possible vote on discussion and vote for 2025 Indigenous Commission meeting schedule. The Indigenous Commission is requested to take into consideration a new meeting schedule. The request encompasses lengthening the meeting time from 1 hour to 1.5 hours. A look at full participation of all commissioners to attend IC meetings. The discussion will also review some areas that will require additional time from commissioners to participate in informal work groups for various IC related events.
Okay, I wanted to go ahead and place this on the agenda because of our new members. And then also we've just been having not a lot, but some cancellation of meetings due to lack of quorum. So we just want to make sure that our commissioners are committed to these meetings and that we really like to have full participation. So that's the reason why we're just making sure that we pick a time that it would be great if all commissioners can agree on a date and time that is available. So I'll put the discussion out there for you. I know for just personally, for me, Thursdays are great days. So I just wanted to let you know and give that discussion back to all of you. Thank you.
Hi, Commissioner Zavala. I'm right there with Rose. Thursdays or Fridays would be great for me. If we were to extend the meeting, I have a leadership meeting right after this that I'm unfortunately not able to move. So if we stayed with our same time and decided to extend that half hour, I would hope we could do it at 11:30 instead of 12, just because I really want to make sure I'm part of it. But I know we'll be taking everybody's schedule into consideration. So I just wanted to share some of the barriers I have.
Also, just to give you a little bit more information is that recovery court happens every Wednesday at noon. Not every Wednesday, I'm sorry. Every first Wednesday at noon, which is during the time when we usually have our IC meeting. So since we're really involved, or some of our commissioners are really involved in the CJCC initiative, Indigenous Initiatives work group, some of them are wanting to attend recovery court. And also, there's also another aspect to that where we're going to have some of our commissioners be involved in maybe art, designs, and things like that for the courtrooms as well as the hallways. So those are some things to consider. And then as far as lengthening the meeting from 1 hour to 1.5, we just think that anyway, the conversation has been that we really do have a lot to talk about. We really have a lot to consider sometimes. And sometimes when people, some of the people who come to present need more time, and sometimes it's they don't have enough time to present all their information or to even have a discussion. So I think it's really important to have that. Just a few little bit more information on that. Thank you.
So this is Commissioner Hosky. I also like the Thursday. Wednesdays are usually pretty hard for me, but yeah, Thursday would work a lot better, and I'm okay with the extending from an hour to an hour and a half. So, and Thursday all day pretty much works. So.
Hi. Oops, sorry about that. Mariah, go ahead.
No worries. I was already chatting it up earlier. Go for it.
Seeing as this is my first meeting, just to clarify, this is every month our meeting, correct? And
Yes.
then is there a difficulty for doing this before the day begins, say at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6:30? And then it doesn't have to fit in the middle of the day. Daryl's laughing at me. What is this?
I thought he was laughing because he saw my face.
I just thought I'd put it out there. I know it's a terrible, who wants to get up that early in the morning, but sometimes it actually can clear out the rest of your day. But just offering it, I know you might have some kids available and it's not fun, but I've sat on other boards where that has been the case, and just putting it there, middle of the day, it's
I have to get my daughter to school in the morning, so I don't think I'd be able to do the morning. And on Wednesday she has a half a day, so I'm rushing to get her.
so Thursday mornings are no good.
This is Commissioner Lance. I'm for Thursdays. Thursdays of work, and an hour and a half I could do that. Good with that.
This is Commissioner Moana. Thursdays work for me too. I have a meeting for a different commission at 1:30 in the afternoon. So if we could do, like Maria was saying, 11:30 or maybe 11 even would work for me as well. And extending it to an hour and a half is fine for me too.
I just wanted to comment on the morning meetings. I think that might be difficult for some of the people wishing to present to the commission. Indigenous, as Rose was sharing earlier, we want to make sure that it kind of is a time where they can come to us, present.
Yes, most of the presenters are usually during work days, work hours, I should say. So I think just having their times in mind would be best as well, because sometimes like the regional plan is in full force, so sometimes they need to bring that back to commissions, and then other things that are usually a lot of time consuming for staff that they need to present to commissioners or commissions and boards. So those are some things to consider.
Okay, thank you. Seeing as I don't know the layout yet of this board, I don't know what has been going on in the past. So I'm glad somebody's clarifying that for me. I appreciate it. So take off mornings, and Thursdays are good for me, hour and a half. I can't look into the future sometimes, but it might interfere with the work that I do. It's sporadic in a way for my scheduling, but nothing after 5 would be great.
All right. So can we have a showing of hands, like if Thursday's okay with everybody? Or Thursdays is just so we kind of have a showing.
Like virtual hands or actual hands?
Either one, whatever is available. All right. Daryl, did we see your hand? We see your face. Okay, sounds good. Commissioner.
This is Commissioner Marshall.
Okay.
Thursdays are iffy for me, and I will not be able to do it on Fridays. And so
Okay.
that's my input.
All right. Thank you. It looks like everybody, the majority, seems to say Thursday is good. So
Rose?
yes.
What, would it be the same, is it the second Thursday of the month or?
That will be the next one. So are you okay with the first Thursday of the month, or do you want to move to the second Thursday of the month?
I cannot do the second Thursday. I have now the airport commission,
Okay,
but I can do the
So-
first Thursday.
okay, first Thursday? Okay. Cheryl, did you want to say something? That's okay. All right.
Yes,
All
first
right.
good with me too.
All right. Thank you. And all right. Awesome. Thank you. And then the time, let's think about the time. Let's go ahead and stick with the first Thursday of the month. And what time is best for you all?
This is Commissioner Lance. I heard 11 o'clock earlier. That's fine. I could do 11.
Same.
Anybody else? Any time constrictions?
This is Cheryl Lee. 11 o'clock sounds great.
Okay. Daryl, is 11 o'clock okay with you? And what about Councilmember Matthews?
11 o'clock is fine. And is there a fire at the school or is it a fire drill?
I think he said fire drill.
Oh, I thought he said the fire alarms were going off, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think he said fire drill. Daryl, is 11 o'clock on the first Thursday okay with you?
Yes, that works for me. Sorry, there was a
Okay.
fire drill.
Thank you. And what about Commissioner Curley? That's okay. Awesome. And then Moana? That's fine too. Okay. And then the only one that might have some problems, and we'll welcome her anytime that she can make it, is Commissioner Marshall. So we will start having our meetings the first Thursday of the month, starting February at 11 o'clock. So our next meeting will be February 6th. At 11. Okay. So one, just to let you know, one of the things that's going on right now is the RSOQ for the Indigenous Cultural Community Cultural Center is out for requests for people, for nonprofits to send in their applications. And where the city is seeking a partner through this RSOQ. So that's we're going to be having meetings. So that's the only thing that might interfere with our new schedule. So if that's the case, then I'll try to have somebody step in for me so that I can attend those meetings with in reviewing and whatever things we need to do with that process.
And Rose, I have it on my calendar that February 6th is our first review meeting for the RSOQ.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and still have that meeting, this meeting anyway, and then, but I'll have someone cover it for me so that we don't mess up the schedule. Is that okay with everybody? All right. So,
Rose, this is
Yeah.
Cheryl. Can you clarify again? So are you going to be there on the 6th, or are you going to have somebody step in on this meeting for you on the 6th?
the second one, I'll have somebody cover this meeting, the Indigenous Commission meeting on the 6th.
Very good. Thank you.
All right. That sounds great. I don't know why can you see this bottom thing down here? No, can you see that? I have
It
no
looks
idea.
cute.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know why it's there. I tried to I looked at the way that mine is. Mine is on gallery. It's so weird. Anyway, so
I think it looks
that's
good.
it's a ghost one. Our ancestors are with us in that. All right, so that's awesome. We decided on that. What about, let's see here, 11, let me just, 11, so it'll be 11 to 12:30 on second Thursdays. So let's have a vote on that. Can someone make a motion to have our meetings to the second Thursday of each month, starting at 11 to 12:30?
Motion to move the meetings.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Who seconded? Moana? Okay. Okay, and then a vote. Does everybody in favor or any opposition?
In favor.
Okay,
In favor.
I'm Marion.
okay, thank you. All right, so I don't have any opposition. Okay, awesome. And then, so the other thing I wanted to have a discussion with you on is just in this conversation is to just let you know, and also the new members, that we do have some Indigenous Commission related events that we normally do. And two of our main ones right now is the Kotalker event, which happens in August. And then the other one is the Indigenous Peoples Day, which happens on the second Monday in October. So those are usually, we usually need a work group, staying away from quorum anyway, usually 3 members or so of the commission to work together. And those are 3 voting members to work together so that we can come up with a good plan and whatnot. So I'm thinking that we can start in the summer, during the summer months, let's say, not sure who's waiting. Usually, let's say the summer months around June-ish, we can start planning those events so that we have some really good speakers and just a plan of how we're going to go do that. So those are some things that we need participation on, and those are extra things that we normally do. I'm also asking for funding for another event in the first part of the year. And I'm thinking maybe we can have a citywide powwow or a music festival. So we'll see what the budget team says on that to see if we're able to get that funding. So we're right now going into budget sessions, and we'll see how that goes. So I just wanted to let you know that hopefully we can get that done. Councilmember Matthews.
Rose, are you going to ask to have it at the future location for the cultural center?
I think that will really depend on Pros and Amy to see if we're able to get that done. I would love to have it done there. And
Daryl and I had a discussion last year with Amy, just about these type of things coming up and starting to have them on the property, on the land, so the land can start healing. And at first she gave the government pushback about insurance and stuff. And then when we talked about, well, a lot of people have different events throughout all the parks and lands of the city. And I felt like she realized, you're right, it's not any different. So just as long as we have it outside. Um, am I correct, Daryl, in what I took away from that conversation? So I'd really like that, how I understand it, from you and others, that starting to have events helps heal the land, and prepare it for its future. And so I'd really like to see that this year.
Mhm. I think that's awesome. I'm glad you had that conversation ahead of time, because I think I think it's important to start to have some events, just to have people come, and also just to have that interaction with the land itself, with our human spirits there,
So if she
to
gives
have
you any pushback, let me know.
to have to have that to have that. Oh, thank you, appreciate it. So that would, if that's part of our plan, then we can really go full force with that. I really do appreciate that. So those are some things that are going on. I did, put that in our budget as a request, and I'm sure that Sarah will do a great job. My supervisor will do a great job in presenting that for us. So just want to let you know, those are some things that we need, participation on, as far as commissioners, to help form this, and not just our commissioners, but bring in community people to come plan it with us. Okay, Commissioner Cheryl Lee. Go ahead.
Thanks, Rose. When do you plan on thinking the dates for the powwow or music festival, this year or for the next year?
It'll be this coming, well, the budget session is going to be, it'll be for July 1st and forward. So maybe we can plan something smaller, like in the spring, maybe. But for the new budget that is coming out is going to be July 1st. So maybe in July sometimes, but we'll see. We'll see if it's, approved.
Okay.
Other than that, if we don't plan it for July, then we can scoot it into 26, because our budget doesn't end until June, the end of June.
Okay. Then going back to the topic just before that, I want to clarify the event days for the Code Talkers Day and the Indigenous Peoples Day. Those are both in October?
No, Code Talkers Day is in August.
August.
And then Indigenous Peoples Day is in October.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Any other questions on that?
Hi, Rose, Commissioner Zavala. I know we're not acting on anything now because those events are still a ways away, but I think it would be ideal for us to start a committee or begin discussing Navajo Code Talkers Day in May. I think this last year, just like people's schedules and the timeline people needed to either get food orders in or get notified to table there or anything like that, 8 weeks is really cutting it close. I think if we had at least one meeting in May where we could figure out what we want to do, then we could have next steps in June and July and market it.
Sounds great. I agree with that. Thank you. Any other comments, recommendations, suggestions? So what we usually do is when we're beginning to get some of these conversations started, I send out an email asking who would like to be on these work groups to plan for events, and people can say, whichever ones they would like to be assisting in. So So we'll do that. I think I can send out something in April so that we can have a committee set for May to start. Sound good? Sound okay?
Hey, Rose, this is Commissioner Lance.
Okay.
Did we ever go over who the new commissioners that came in were? Like in person in our meetings?
What do you mean?
Well, like I see Cheryl Lee. Was there anybody
Mhm.
else, or was it just her?
No, Moana is also new, but we met Moana during
Yeah,
our
the last meeting.
potluck. Uh-huh. And then so during announcements, we can have Cheryl Lee introduce herself.
Got it. Guess that's what I was getting at.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you for that, Co-Chair Lance. Appreciate it. Anything else on that agenda item? Okay, back to you, Co-Chair.
Okay, we'll go over to general business. Item B, nominate and vote for Indigenous Commission co-chair. Commissioners can nominate or self-nominate for the second co-chair. The lead 2025 co-chair is myself, Commissioner Darren Lance. The second co-chair will step in when lead co-chair is not available. So I'd like to nominate Commissioner Zavala as co-chair, yes, second co-chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Lance.
Welcome.
I would like to second that nomination.
Was that Commissioner Husky that seconded? Okay.
Yes, B.
Anybody else?
I support that.
Any other nominations?
This is Cheryl Lee, again, because I am new to this group. I don't know who has been a commissioner or co-commissioner in the past. Can someone clarify that for me? Co-commissioner chair, excuse me. Commission co-chair.
Guess I can do a little bit of clarification. I mean, I've been involved. This is Commissioner Lance. I've been involved here like almost 2 years now. So it looks like the co-chair does the formal announcement of each of the discussion items or the items on the agenda. So that's I was nominated here this past fall to take over for Fontoya. So this is kind of my first go at it here lately. So the second co-chair is just the person who's going to fill in for me if I can't make an agenda.
And well, we've had since the beginning, we've had other co-chairs, and the reason why we wanted to do co-chairs versus chair and vice chair is just to kind of be in line with our Indigenous kinship, so that we're not above or below someone else, that we wanted the co-chairs to be equally responsible. But in this case, we also wanted to see if the chair would be the more seasoned person, whereas the second co-chair would be the one kind of getting ready, so that once the year is over and new elections are being done, the co-chair can move into the lead co-chair and then select another co-chair. So they'll be kind of like in a year of learning, I guess you could say.
Okay, very good. So every year a new co-chair is nominated. But of this group, who's already been a co-chair?
I think just Commissioner Lance.
Okay.
Fawn.
Commissioner Marks nominated me last.
Commissioner Toya Fontoya was the co-chair before, and her term ended in December. So that's why we have a vacancy for this one too. Okay. So any other nominations? Otherwise, co-chair Lance, you can close the nominations.
Okay.
Just so I have it on record, I'm going to nominate Daryl Marks.
And Commissioner Marks, do you accept that?
I had supported the nomination for Commissioner Zavala. How does that work? Can I decline and put it on Mariah?
You can do whatever you want. You can decline, you can accept, and then there'll be a vote for the two of you.
I will step back. I think that we need to have a balanced leadership of male, female. That's just continually going to be my stance on those things. So I would
Awesome. Okay.
respectfully decline. Thank you so much, Commissioner Shirley, Commissioner Francis. Would like to hold my nomination for Miss Zavala, Commissioner Zavala.
And Commissioner Zavala, you accepted, right?
I do accept, yes. And thank you, Commissioner Marks. I love it when you play hot potato.
Okay.
And that is why I want it on record that my first vote will be for Daryl. And he knows why.
Okay. Any other nominations or self-nominations? Back to you, co-chair.
All right, looks like we got, next would be item number 6, discussion
Oh,
items.
wait. We need a vote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We need a vote for the co-chair. So Commissioner Zavala is nominated. She accepted. It's been seconded. And now we need to vote. All those who vote yes?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Commissioner
Oh.
Marshall, aye.
Awesome. Okay. Anybody oppose? Okay. That is all done. Back to you, co-chair.
Okay, so item number 6 is discussion items. Does not look like there's any at this time. So we'd move on to number 7, informational items from commission members, staff, and future agenda item requests. Does not look like there's any.
I've just got one announcement, Commissioner Lance. Thank you, everybody. That's really exciting. And there's no emojis on there for like happy tears, but I did want to share Mountain Mojo Group will be partnering with the Small Business Development Center, which is housed under Coconino Community College. On January 21st from 11 to 1, we're going to do a lunch and learn on how to build your own strategy. So this would be really good for any nonprofits, small businesses. It's the beginning step we always tell businesses to start off when they're thinking about marketing, and is really part of the business model that SBDC will present to new business owners. So if you know anybody who's interested in attending that, or you want to learn more, just give me a call. Hopefully by this Friday have like some kind of link or registration. As I know right now it's free to the community because SBDC is hosting it, and it'll be at the Murdoch Center, which is really exciting. Kingata is the new executive director, so we're really excited to support him and just bring some folks who haven't been at the Murdoch Center before over there. So if any of you want to connect and learn about it, or just connect because it's the new year, please reach out.
Awesome news. Is there anybody else who has any kind of information they want to share?
I just wanted, this is Commissioner Hosky. I just wanted to remind everybody about a meeting that's coming up on January the 29th. It's a Zoom meeting with Sylvia. She came in and did a meeting on the Picture Canyon Pit House interpretive sign a few months back, if you remember. So she wants to have a meeting to talk about what should be on the sign since it's been kind of put on the back burner. And she also put a link to the meeting minutes if we wanted to watch that. But there is a Microsoft Teams meeting for that on Wednesday the 29th at noon if anybody wanted to attend and maybe have a discussion on what, because I think she also she's been trying to talk with other members of like Navajo Nation, the Hopis, like all of the different tribes in the area. So yeah, that was all.
Commissioner Hosky, this is Cheryl Lee. And please, apologies. How are we addressing when we address ourselves in this group? I might be doing it wrong. Do I say just my name or do I add commissioner with my last name? Just let me know. But quickly, is there a link about this event available or something that we can see?
Yeah, I can send that to you, or I guess Rose, if you wanted to send it out to you. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Can you? I think I received that, but I can see if I can look through it through my stuff, and I can send it out.
All right. Let me see here. I will forward it to you.
Unless you have a link, if you can put it in the chat, that would be good too.
The link I have is for the meeting from the Indigenous Commission meeting that we had. So the other one is just on a Google Calendar.
Okay, I'll look for the email and I'll send it out.
Okay. I just forwarded it to you right now.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. And then normally we do commissioner for Commissioner Francis. We normally try to be a little bit more formal and say Commissioner Francis or Commissioner Hosky. And right now I have to really practice Commissioner Moana's last name so that I can say it correctly. Other than that, that's usually how we do that. And just so you know, you and you all know that I'm the staff liaison. I'm an employee of the city, and I'm the staff liaison to the commission. And then our council member Lori Matthews is the liaison to city council from this commission. So she'll be, bringing information or delivering information to the council on our behalf whenever we need to. There are also some avenues that usually happen where I might need to talk to a city manager first before information is passed on to the council. But somewhere in there, Lori's always council member Matthews is always involved. So just so that you know. And then, did you want to say anything else more?
Yes, thank you. Your title, Rose, how am I addressing you?
I'm just Rose.
Okay. Again, thank you everybody for your patience. I don't mean to be informal, and I have to put my formal hat back on. And I do every once in a while. We'll poke the Daryl Marks bear because real quickly, let me introduce myself. Shay Hashkan Hatsolan Nenchlen, Takapahan Bashis Chin, Ashing Dasha Chek, Chitney Dasha Nella. Shay Shirley Francis Willia, Ado Kentana Biagid Nasha, Akut Ego Sanan Nenchlen. So this is introduction of who I am in my Navajo culture I am from the Yucca Fruit people. I am born for Edgewater clan, which is where Daryl comes in. He is in Navajo, he is my little father, so he's my father's clan. And so he is seen both as my uncle and my little dad that I have to respect, but also tease very hard. I'm also my maternal grandfather is of the Salt clan, and my paternal grandfather is of the Red House clan. So I live here in Flagstaff, and thank you again for including me in this group. I found it particularly needed and very thankful that Rose's position was created on behalf of the Native people here in Flagstaff, in the city of Flagstaff. So again, thank you for my induction and introduction into this group. I hope that I can catch up to what everyone is already aware of and help out where I can. I do have two announcements that I wanted to bring up. One of them is an event that was forwarded to me by Holly Figueroa, and it's the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, who she works for, but it's an event called Protecting Native Americans in Arizona, Addressing Human Trafficking Through a Healthcare Lens. And that's going to be on January 22nd. In the chat, I've placed the link for that information. There'll be it's a webinar with this guest speaker, Lynette Grable, who is the founder and executive director of Not Our Native Daughters. I met Lynette a couple of years ago at Twin Arrows, where she was also a speaker for the Tribal Health Summit, and she's an excellent not only speaker but advocate on this subject, and has very close expertise, subject matter expert on this topic. The next announcement I wanted to make is it is a little yet not premature to think about, but it is in the stage where today at 5 o'clock, the community of Cameron, which is about 45 minutes north of Flagstaff, will be having a chapter meeting concerning the what's going to happen with the Horseman's Lodge property that is now either annexed for certain enterprises by the Navajo Nation, and it will go under possibly the chapter of Cameron community. It's a discussion that is going to be very much in the future a part of what we're going to talk about here in the city of Flagstaff and Coconino County. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I just have a lot of questions for this subject and what it means overall. So just providing that information. But I do know that the previous president, chapter president, and secretary will be leaving. Today will be their last meeting, and the new groups will be that were elected are going to start after this day. So just providing that information. And again, thank you very much. I appreciate my time here. And if you have any other questions about who I am, please let me know. And thank you again. Oh, one other thing. I do know Moana, by the way, because her mother was someone I went to school with when we were in high school. So I do know her. So please tell Blythe I say hello again.
Okay, we have some hands up. I think we'll go with Councilmember Matthews, and then Commissioner Marks, and then Commissioner Zavala, if that's okay with you, Co-Chair.
I didn't know if it would be of interest to the commissioners, but just in case not everyone knows, it is the city council, and we're randomly assigned to elect the commissioners for different commissions throughout the city. Shirley, I had the privilege of nominating you and getting you elected into the commission. But that happens with all of our committees throughout the city. So we get a list of the applications and the narrative that was completed. And then we are told who of the seven of us have the privilege of making the nominations that coming week. And so in the future, if ever there's applicants that you see or hear about and want to share your support or any information, get a hold of Rose or myself, and we'll tell you who's on the rotation that week to make the nominations. We do try to call everybody. I have had, I just lost my father last week, but all of December was kind of crazy for me. So I didn't make phone calls, but I did make a lot of inquiries and felt very confident with my nomination of you, Shirley. So I just wanted to put that out there because I don't know that everybody knows that that is how you you all get placed in these commissions. So, and I think it's important to know that. And also, then Shirley, I wanted to just inquire. I thought the use for the Horseman Lodge was already determined. Is that still then in question?
I'm in question. I've asked multiple leaders where, especially on Navajo, where things are going, and today is my understanding, the public's discussion about it for the community. It has two options: either to stay within the community of Cameron, or it will go perhaps back. Loop is another option that it will fall under. I have questions because I haven't gotten clarification when if it's casino, if we're going into a casino, how does that money actually benefit either of these communities? And I've talked with people in Loop, and they've said they've not received any money from casino. Where does it go? And then you have other people that say they do get money. But when I drive through Loop or I farm in Loop, there's no improvements. So I just want to know, where's the transparency? And that's what we're dealing with, at least my tribe. And also the impact that it has with, it's not just Navajo, Hopi is also involved. It's not transparent. I am not a person who wants to perpetuate natives always being in the casino business. I believe that there should be alternatives, but no one's talking about those alternatives. Options for that space. It's only 13 acres, very small. For me, housing in the city of Flagstaff in Coconino County is a huge thing. Why can't that be an option? Parking would be an issue. But I just want to hear what other people have in terms of, and it's not about, I don't want our tribe not to make money. It's
Sure.
a business. But I also don't see if there's already a casino there, why bring another one? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm not a voting member of the Cameron chapter. I'm just an observer, and I hope that to see if there are other people that might think out of the box to ask questions.
And I appreciate that because in my banking career, I remember one of my coworkers was from a tribe in Canada, and they were very successful and got a nice, I think, monthly check. But I've also heard, but I'm outside of the loop, obviously, that there's sometimes that chapters or the community members aren't getting full benefits. So I'm glad that you're inquiring because we would definitely want to make sure that the all of the members of the tribe or the chapters, however it's allocated, is getting full share. Because I know there's been some federal money that's been talked about being released out to certain tribal communities and stuff, and transparency is really critical for the members to receive that and trust that those funds are being properly allocated. So thank you for inquiring, and I'd love to hear an update next month or whenever on what you find out, because I think that's important for people to ask the question for sure.
Yes, this will eventually.
So I hate to interrupt you, Commissioner Francis, but we have two hands still up and we have like 5 minutes. So we'll either we'll learn more about when you're attending this meeting this evening. So Commissioner Marks.
To include that anybody I think can attend. That's Navajo.
Yes. Anybody can attend.
Not just me.
So just a couple of announcements of things that are happening out there in the community. I know that I received, well, I don't have dates on these, so we'll go to this one. Go ahead.
Hi, Yat I'm Madeline Benali. I'm the Native American Club president at Flag High. I just have an announcement. We have our Valentine's Bazaar. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, great.
Rose, I'll send you a flyer.
Okay.
I would appreciate if you guys can spread the word and try to promote our bazaar. That would be helpful to us and our club. So yeah, thank you. I just wanted to say that. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, you too, Madeline. Thank you. We expect you to be on our commission sometimes in the future. I wanted to ask Commissioner Marks, do you have an account with Flag 365?
No, I don't.
Okay, you should create an account and advertise. You can advertise a lot of your events on there for the community. Okay, so that would be a nice thing for you to do. And then Commissioner Zavala.
Hi, thank you. Always so many things going on, I forgot. So the next event coming up too for anyone who's interested, it's with Girls on the Run of Northern Arizona. As you know, I'm a board member on there and do a lot of outreach with the Indigenous communities. We've got our annual fundraiser called Galentine's Day on February 13th. It's going to be at Coconino Community College. The theme is no man's land. So they share short films from women across the world who are adventuring. And it's just something to really inspire the young girls that you can do anything, do hard things, very like athletic focus, but we're looking for sponsors. And if you want to attend, there's going to be non-alcoholic beverages, alcoholic beverages, sweet treats. A lot of people are going to be coming with their daughters or girls who participated in Girls on the Run. And it'll just be like this really girl-powered, fueled evening if anybody wants to go. And my second announcement was to just plant the seed. We're getting our website up now, but as many of you know, I manage a nonprofit where I take youth from my tribe, Pasco Yaqui Youth, rafting in the summer. I've already established the timeline with Grand Canyon Youth in partnership with them. So I'll be fundraising here shortly to get those 10, 11 to 14-year-old Yaqui kids back on the river this summer. And then with my Cocodona 250-mile race, I'll be racing in honor of murdered missing Indigenous people and a charity bib runner for that nonprofit, because it really starts with our youth to keep our people safe.
Thank you.
I
Real
tried to go
quick,
as fast as I could, Rose.
Commissioner Zavala, is Marnie Babbitt still with Girls on the Run?
Yes, so she doesn't work for Girls on the Run, but she does volunteer. So she was our MC over at Camp Verde, and I believe she lives in Camp Verde full time now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, before we end and turning it over back to co-chair Lance, I also want to make an announcement. So as of just late December, my title has changed from Coordinator for Indigenous Initiatives to Indigenous Affairs Administrator. So just so you know. All right, back to co-chair.
Okay. Well, looks like y'all shared some great information. Everybody had some good insight on what's going on and everything. So appreciate everybody attending. I'd like to adjourn the meeting at 1 p.m. on January 8th.
How are you guys?
Motion to adjourn?
No, he just adjourns.
Sweet.
All right. Thank you, everybody. See you next time.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Rose, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay.
I just stopped recording. I was trying to find the thing to stop recording. Hold on. It's